everyone. Welcome to another session of online classes of Power Systems 2 subject. This is Asra Sultana, Assistant Professor in Triple Department. Today's class, I'll be telling about analysis of unsymmetrical faults. So what is unsymmetrical fault? Unsymmetrical fault on a power system is the one which will give rise to unsymmetrical fault currents. So what are these unsymmetrical fault currents? These are nothing but unequal fault currents in the lines with unequal phase displacement. So in today's class, I'll be doing the analysis part of unsymmetrical faults. So under this, we are going to see single line to ground fault, line to line fault, and double line to ground fault analysis. Okay. So we will be doing analysis of all these three faults in today's class. So already we know this that the faults which are occurring on a power system, majority of them are nothing but unsymmetrical faults. And the common type of fault which is occurring on power system is short circuit from one line to ground fault. That is, line to ground fault is a fault which is most common type of unsymmetrical fault occurring on a power system. So whenever such a fault occurs, it will give rise to unsymmetrical currents. That is, magnitude of fault currents in the three lines will be different, and they will be having unequal phase displacement. So we have seen in the previous classes, there is a method of symmetrical components which is used to determine the currents and voltages on the occurrence of an unsymmetrical fault. So we are going to analyze the unsymmetrical faults and what are the various current and voltage equations related to these faults. And after this class, next class, I will be telling about the various numericals. So in the previous class, I have discussed about the sequence impedances and sequence impedances of power system elements specifically. Each element of power system will offer impedance, different phase sequence components of current which may not be the same. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? So impedance will be offered by all the components. What is impedance? Impedance is nothing but it is same like resistance. So resistance will be offered in DC circuit, impedance will be offered in AC circuits. That is, to stop the flow of current, it is called as impedance. So this impedance will not be same for positive, negative and zero sequence components. It will be different. Okay. So unsymmetrical fault calculations, each piece of equipment will have three values of impedance, one corresponding to each sequence current. That is, positive sequence impedance denoted by Z1, negative sequence impedance denoted by Z2, and zero sequence impedance denoted by Z0 or Z0. So what we are telling here is that impedance will be different for positive sequence components, negative sequence and zero sequence components. Okay. So impedance offered by equipment or circuit to positive sequence current is called as positive sequence denoted by Z1, and impedance offered by circuit to negative sequence is denoted by Z2, and for zero it is denoted by Z0. So few points we have to note down here. That is, first point is, in a three-phase balance system, each piece of equipment or circuit will offer only one impedance. That is, it can be offered to positive or normal sequence current. And this will be expected because absence of negative and zero sequence currents in three-phase balance system. So there is no, we are not calculating negative and zero sequence. We are only calculating for a three-phase balance system only one impedance which is offered to positive sequence current. So as I said earlier, in a balance system, if we calculate any one current, then second and third one, that is for negative and zero, we can calculate. Okay. This is for balanced system. Now let us see for unbalanced system. In three-phase unbalanced system, each piece of equipment or circuit will have three values of impedances, namely positive, negative and zero sequence impedance. We have to calculate in unbalanced system these currents separately. Okay, three values of impedances separately. Now let us see the third point. Positive and negative sequence impedances of linear, symmetrical and static circuits. That is, examples will be transmission lines, cables, transformers, static loads, etc. So in these equipments, the positive and negative sequence impedance will be equal and they will be same as which are used in the analysis of balanced conditions. So in case of transmission lines, cables, transformers, etc., positive and negative sequence impedance will be equal and they will be same as which are used in the analysis of balanced conditions. So why they are equal? Because impedance of such circuits will be independent of phase order if voltages are balanced. Okay, but the condition is that voltages should be balanced. So analysis of this symmetrical, linear and static circuits where we are seeing that positive and negative sequence impedances are equal because of the fact that their impedance of such circuits will be independent of phase order. So positive and negative sequence impedances of rotating machines like synchronous machines and induction motors is normally different. Let us see the fourth point. The zero sequence impedance will depend upon the path taken by zero sequence current and this path will be generally different from the path taken by positive and negative sequence currents. So zero sequence impedance is usually different from positive or negative sequence impedance. So here zero sequence impedance will depend upon the zero sequence current path, the path taken by it. Okay, and this path is generally different from the path taken by the positive and negative sequence currents. So zero sequence impedance is different from positive and negative sequence impedances. So when we see the sequence impedance of power system elements, concept of impedance of various elements of power system, that is generators, transformers, transmission lines, etc. to positive, negative and zero sequence currents is of considerable importance in determining fault currents of three-phase balance unbalanced system. So we are going for the concept of impedances of various elements in a power system which is consisting of various transformers, generators, transmission lines is important because to determine the fault currents in the three-phase unbalanced system. So the following three main pieces of equipment will be considered for analysis, that is synchronous generators, transformers and transmission lines. Let us first see the synchronous generators. Positive, negative and zero sequence impedances of rotating machines are generally different. Positive sequence impedance of generator will be equal to synchronous impedance of the machine. Negative sequence impedance will be much less than the positive sequence impedance. And zero sequence impedance is a variable item, and if this value is not known, then we are assuming that it is equal to positive sequence impedance. Okay, so these are our explanation. So we are not going to consider the entire topic here. We are just giving a small explanation here that for a synchronous generator, positive, negative and zero sequence impedance of rotating machines is different, and positive sequence will be equal to the synchronous impedance of machine, negative sequence will be less than positive sequence, and zero sequence impedance will be assumed to be equal to positive sequence impedance. So in short, we are writing the same thing, whatever we are writing in words, same thing we are writing in the form of an equation, that is negative sequence impedance is less than positive sequence impedance and zero sequence impedance is variable item. It can be taken equal to the positive sequence impedance if its value is not known. Any impedance ZE in the earth connection of a star connected system has the effect to introduce impedance of 3 ZE per phase because 3 equal linear sequence currents are in phase and their sum is not equal to 0 at the start point, but they will flow back along the neutral earth connection. Second one, transformers. Since transformers have the same impedance with reverse phase rotation, their positive and negative sequence impedance will be equal and this value will be equal to the impedance of the transformer. So in the transformers, the impedance of the transformer is equal to positive and negative sequence impedances. However, zero sequence impedance will depend on earth connection. If there is a circuit for earth's current, then zero sequence impedance will be equal to positive sequence impedance, otherwise it will be infinite. We are writing in the form of equation. Positive sequence impedance is equal to negative sequence impedance, and that is equal to impedance of transformer. Zero sequence impedance for earth current is positive sequence impedance if there is circuit for earth current, and it is infinite if there is no circuit for the earth current. Third is transmission lines. The positive sequence and negative sequence impedance of a line are the same. That is, this value is equal to the normal impedance of the line. Positive is equal to negative is equal to impedance of the line, that is transmission line here. Because phase rotation of the currents does not make any difference in the constants of the line. But zero sequence impedance is usually much greater than the positive or negative sequence impedance. So in short, we can write positive sequence impedance is equal to negative sequence impedance, and that is equal to impedance of the transmission line. Zero sequence impedance is variable item and it can be taken as 3 times the positive sequence impedance if its value is not given. Let us start the today's topic, analysis of unsymmetrical faults. In the analysis of unsymmetrical faults, we are assuming following points. First point is generated EMF of the system is of positive sequence only. Okay, whatever EMF is generated, that should be positive sequence only. Second point, no current should flow in the network other than due to the fault. So what we are doing in the second point is that we are assuming that only current is flowing through the load, that is only fault current is there and no other current is flowing in the circuit. Third is impedance of the fault is 0. So impedance of the fault is 0, we are assuming. Fourth point is phase R shall be taken as the reference phase. So these are the four assumptions we are doing in the analysis of unsymmetrical faults. First is generated EMF should be of positive sequence. Second one is only fault current should be present in the circuit. Third is impedance of fault should be 0. And fourth is R phase should be taken as a reference phase. In each case of unsymmetrical fault, EMFs per phase will be denoted as ER, EY and EB. E suffix R, E suffix Y and E suffix B. These are the unsymmetrical faults EMFs ER, EY and EB corresponding to RYB phases, and terminal potential difference per phase is given as VR, VY and VB. So let us start our single line to ground fault. Then we will go for line to line and then double line to ground fault. So let us analyze the first fault, that is single line to ground fault. Let us consider a three-phase system with an earth neutral and let the single line to ground fault occur on the red phase, R phase, as we have seen in the assumptions. One point was there, fourth point, that phase R should be taken as the reference phase. So same thing we are doing here, we are taking the phase R as the reference phase, considering a three-phase system with earth neutral. So here ER, EY and EB is the corresponding EMFs per phase. VR, VY and VB are the potential difference per phase. So VR is equal to 0. Here from the figure we can write VR is 0 and IB and IY are 0. IB and IY are 0. Because they are earthed. They are connected to the grounds. So sequence currents in the red phase in terms of line currents will be equal to I naught is equal to 1 by 3 times IR plus IY plus IB. These are all vectors here. Okay. So I naught which is a vector, it is a vector addition of IR plus IY plus IB divided by 3. So that is 1 by 3 IR, because IY and IB is equal to 0. So I naught is 1 by 3 IR. I1 is 1 by 3 times IR plus AIY plus A square IB, that is 1 by 3 times IR, because these two are 0. Then similarly I2 is 1 by 3 IR. I naught is 1 by 3 IR. So these are the values for I1, I2 and I naught. Fault current. First of all, expression for fault current IR will be derived. Then we will derive the expressions for IY and IB as well, and voltages also. So let Z1, Z2 and Z0 be the positive, negative and zero sequence impedances of generator respectively. Let us consider this closed loop NREN. So when we see this diagram, NREN, okay, NREN. This loop we are taking into consideration. As the sequence currents produce voltage drops due to only the respective sequence impedances, so we can write the value of ER as I1 Z1 plus I2 Z2 plus I0 Z0 plus VR. And VR is equal to 0, I1 and I2 equal to I0. So ER can be written as I0 if you take common, because all these three are equal we are telling. I1 is equal to I2 equal to I0. So I0 I can take common. So it will become Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. And VR is equal to 0. So now I0 we can write as voltage by impedances, that is ER by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. And fault current IR will be equal to 3 times I0. So just now we have seen that IR is 3 times I0 here in this equation. So from this equation I0 is equal to 1 by 3 IR. I can write IR is 3 I0. So IR is 3 I0. I0 value is ER by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. So this is first expression. So examination of this first expression shows that equivalent circuit from which fault current may be calculated is given in the figure, and from this figure we can be clear that fault current is obtained by connecting phase sequence impedances in series across an imaginary generator of voltage 3 ER. So we are giving this connection of series connection of Z1, Z2 and Z3 to a generator, imaginary generator whose voltage is 3 ER and IR is the current flowing in the circuit. This method is permitting us to bring symmetrical, unsymmetrical fault into a simple circuit of interconnection of sequence impedances appropriate to the fault condition prevailing. So the assumptions which are made in arriving at expression 1 is that fault impedance is 0. So we are assuming here that fault impedance is 0. However, if fault impedance is ZE, then expression for fault will become 3ER by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 plus 3ZE. So if you are not considering the fault impedance ZE, at the time our expression was 3ER by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. So 3ZE we have to add if we are taking into consideration fault impedance ZE. Phase voltages at fault. Now let us calculate the phase voltages at fault, that is voltage between each line and fault. Since generated EMF system is of positive sequence only, so sequence components of EMF in R phase will be E0 is 0, E2 is 0 and E1 equal to ER. So sequence voltages at the fault for R phase will be V1 is equal to ER minus I1 Z1, or ER minus I1 value we substituted here, that is ER by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 into Z1. So V1 value we are going to get as Z2 plus Z0 by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 into ER. Similarly V2 and V0. V2 will be 0 minus Z2 I2, V0 is 0 minus I0 Z0. So we are getting value of V2 as minus Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 ER, and V0 minus Z0 by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 into ER. So V1 plus V2 plus V0 is 0, and this is expected because R phase is shorted ground here. And phase voltages at faults are VR is equal to V0 plus V1 plus V2, that is 0, and Vy is V0 plus A square V1 plus AV2, Vb is V0 plus AV1 plus A square V2. So what we are telling at last, that there are 2 points here, that is for line to ground fault, for if you are considering R phase, then IR is fault current and it is equal to 3 ER by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0, and Iy is 0, Ib is 0. Second conclusion is that VR is 0, Vy and Vb are as we have stated here, that is Vy is V naught plus A square V1 plus AV2 and VB is V naught plus AV1 plus A square V2. So let us see the second fault, line to line fault. So consider a line to line fault between blue line and yellow line as shown in the figure. So we are taking here, there is a fault occurring between two lines, that is Y and B. So this is a symbol for a fault. So conditions created by this fault will lead to Vy is equal to Vb, Ir is 0 and Iy plus Ib is 0. And taking here R as the reference phase, we can write I0 is equal to 1 by 3 times Ir plus Iy plus Ib, that is equal to 0, and Vy is equal to Vb. And when we express this in terms of sequence components of red line, R, if you are taking R line, then V naught plus A square V1 plus AV2 is V naught plus AV1 plus A square V2. So we can write this as, when we do the simplification, V1 is equal to V2. This is first expression. And Iy plus Ib is 0, or I0 plus A square I1 plus AI2. We are substituting the values of Iy and Ib. Then simplifying the equation and getting the value as I1 plus I2 is 0. This is second expression. So from the examination of first and second expression, sequence impedance should be connected as shown in the figure. That is, Z1, Z2 are connected in series, and then it is connected to an ER, the generator having imaginary generator having voltage ER. Voltage across Z1 is V1, current flowing through them is I1, and voltage across Z2 is V2. Current is I2 here. We are calculating fault current. So now I1 is minus I2, that is ER by Z1 plus Z2, and fault current Iy is I0 plus A square I1 plus AI2. Substitute the values of I1 and I2. We are going to get the value of Iy as minus j root 3 ER by Z1 plus Z2, and that is equal to minus Ib. Now let us derive phase voltages. Since the generated EMF system is of positive phase sequence only, so sequence components of EMF in R phase is E0 is equal to E2 is equal to 0 and E1 is equal to ER. Sequence voltages at the fault for R phase will be V1 is ER minus I1 Z1. So now we know the value of I1 as ER by Z1 plus Z2. So substituting the value of I1, and we are going to get the value of V1 as Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 into ER, and V2 is 0 minus I2 Z2, that is equal to Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 ER, and V0 is 0 minus I0 Z0, that will be equal to 0. Phase voltages at faults will be VR is equal to V0 plus V1 plus V2. So that is equal to 2Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 ER, and Vy is V0 plus A square V1 plus AV2. Substitute the value of V1 as Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 and into E2, and V2 value is Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 into ER. So we are going to get the value of Vy as minus Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 ER, and Vb value will be equal to V0 plus AV1 plus A square V2. Substitute the value of V1 and V2. We are going to get the value of Vb as minus Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 ER. Okay. So the summary of these two results is that for a line to line fault, that is a fault occurring between blue and yellow lines, first point is current in R phase is 0 and currents in Y and B phases is minus j root 3 ER by Z1 plus Z2. So we are mentioning here Iy is equal to minus Ib. Okay. Iy is equal to minus Ib. Second point, Vy is Vb, that is minus Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 ER, and Vr is equal to 2Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 into ER. Let us now see the third analysis, that is double line to ground fault. Let us consider a double line to ground fault involving YB lines and earth as shown in the figure. So YB and earth, this is our double line to ground fault, and the conditions created by this fault will lead to current in red phase as 0, voltage in Y and B phases as equal to 0. So Vy is equal to Vb is equal to 0. So we can write V1 is equal to V2 equal to V0 is 1/3 of Vr, and also we can write IR is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I0 is 0. So two expressions we got here. First expression is V1 is V2 is V0, that is equal to 1 by 3 times VR, and IR is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I0, that is equal to 0. So from this examination of expression 1 and 2, sequence impedance should be connected as shown in this figure, that is Z0, Z2, Z1, all three are connected in parallel and connected to an imaginary generator having a voltage of ER. Current flowing through Z1, Z2, Z0 is I1, I2, I0, and corresponding voltages is V1, V2 and V0. So we can write the value of currents I1, I2 and I0 from figure as in ER by Z1 plus Z2, Z0 by Z2, Z0, Z2 plus Z0. I2 is minus I1, Z0 by Z2 plus Z0. I0 is minus I1, Z2 by Z2 plus Z0. Fault current IF will be equal to IY plus IB, that is equal to 3 I0. So because V1 is V2 is V0 is 1 by 3rd times VR, so sequence impedance must be parallel. And I0 is equal to 1 by 3 times IR plus IY plus IB. So we are writing this as 1 by 3rd times 0 plus fault current. And fault current is therefore equal to 3 I0. That is 3 into I0 value is minus I1 Z2 by Z2 plus Z0. That is equal to minus 3 Z2 ER by Z0 Z1 plus Z0 Z2 plus Z1 Z2. Let us now derive phase voltages. Sequence voltages for phase R is V1 is ER minus I1 Z1, V2 is 0 minus I2 Z2, V0 is 0 minus I0 Z0. V1 is V2 is 0, V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V0, that is 1/3 of VR, and VR is 3V2, Vy is A square V1 plus AV2 plus V0, that is equal to 0, and Vb is AV1 plus A square V2 plus V0, that is equal to 0. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Next class I will be telling about the numericals of all these three types of faults. I hope today's class is clear to everyone. All of you give your attendance, comment section, and watch the video from start till the end, students. Okay. I hope today's class is clear to everyone. So we have started with the sequence impedance of power system elements. We have seen for all these three important equipments, we are finding out the sequence impedance, that is for synchronous generators, transformers and transmission lines, and we are writing the equations for positive, negative and zero sequence impedances, how they are related to each other. Then we have seen the analysis of unsymmetrical faults. 4 assumptions are made here. That is, EMF generated should be of positive sequence only. No current should flow in the network other than fault current. Third is, impedance of the fault should be 0 and phase R should be taken as the reference phase. So, in analyzing the unsymmetrical faults, we are making 4 assumptions. Okay, and for each fault, that is for single line to ground fault, line to line and double line to ground fault, we have found the voltages and current equations. Okay, voltages and current equation for each type of fault we have found out. So all of you note down these equations, draw the diagrams in your books, and next class I will be telling about the numericals based on these types of faults. Very important for both internal and external point of view. So students, you have to practice the numericals. Problems from second and third unit will come in the exam. In the external also it will come, and internal also I will be giving the problems. So you have to first know the theory, then you can do the numericals. All the students should watch the video from starting till the end, and you have to give your attendance in the comment section. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay students, thank you everyone for watching the video.